Hello. Tonight I watched for the first time, even by being a child of the 80s, The Toxic Avenger 1984, sort of in preparation to watch the recent Toxic Avenger, which I think is 2025. Theo, hey Theo, come on, you go and do stuff. Yes, I've heard about the Toxic Avenger, what seems to be considered by movie critics who have a taste for that stuff to be one of the heights of the Troma Studios output. A mop boy in the Tromaville health spa gets horribly bullied, ends up in a can of toxic material, and turns into the Toxic Avenger, where he meets out horrible, gory violence against the evildoers of his city, culminating, I guess, at the very end of the mayor. Bizarre scene where the hero rips out somebody's intestines and gets cheered for it. It's like, wow, you're just a great hero. Just like, holy crap. The acting is perfectly terrible. We have like some bullies at the beginning, and there's one of them who's just like, he's stressing me. That God, the Melvin, that fucking, a mop boy. And the mop boy is just like, I'm a mop boy. And he goes from being the skinny little mop boy into, I guess, kind of Lou Ferrigno thing. Now, it's funny. This is actually got a tie-in with a book that I'm reading at the moment. This is the universe coming together. I am listening to the audiobook of The Library at Mount Char, where there are these kids who are taken as young kids and raised by this kind of ancient Cthulhu, ancient god like creature. And so they don't really know clothes. And there's this one big brutish guy who metes out horrible violence, and he wears a tutu. And it was like, what's that about? And it's like, okay, Scott Hawkins, who wrote that book, had obviously watched The Toxic Avenger somewhere along the lines, because The Toxic Avenger is a big, brutish guy who metes out horrible violence and has still got the tutu on that the villains of the piece, this two couples who really get off on running over people. They pop the head of some kid riding a bicycle with a car, and the women take pictures of it. And one of the women says like, "Oh, I actually like you, Melvin. Let's meet up here so we can like make out and stuff like that. But you have to wear this. I love pink. Gets me so hot. So you have to wear this tutu, and this little kind of polka dot uniform." And that's what he gets when he gets transformed via toxic waste into the Toxic Avenger. And that is obviously what Scott Hawkins in The Library at Mount Char is referencing. So it's like, oh wow, that's fun. It is campy sleaze. There's a little bit of nudity. Even like the blind woman who becomes a Toxic Avenger's girlfriend, aka kind of Frankenstein. She's also in a bikini at points. There's a horrific scene in a Mexican restaurant, which of course has samurai swords hanging on the wall. Will those come in handy? Are they Chekhov's samurai swords? Why, yes, they are. So yes, the Toxic Avenger. This is the kind of schlocky, exploitative, super fun movie of the 80s that they simply do not make their like anymore. There's a confluence of events. There's all the kind of 80s aerobicize workout culture in here as well. There's definitely homophobia. There's definitely there's one point the Toxic Avenger makes a kind of an Asian laundry joke. So it does have all those, the negatives, the baggage of the 80s, but for the most part, it is immense splatterific fun. Lots of practical effects of gross gore and blood. And I'll look forward to see what the remake of 2025 comes up with, if it can capture any of the magic of the original. So yeah, that is The Toxic Avenger, the 1984 original. More videos later.